This on. All right, we're at Solid Waste Board meeting of January 14th, 2025. Call this meeting to order at 10:38. And we do have a minutes to approve, of minutes of December 10th, 2024, and this was back before Craig, so I guess it's between me and you.
Oh, okay. I make the motion to approve December 10th. Minute.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, unanimous. All right, Mike, it's up to you now. You can
Winter
share.
time, it's not a lot.
Winter time?
No injuries, nobody's slipping and falling, they're all wearing their cleats.
Good.
It's good, so I still harp on them a lot about the gloves and everything else. You already did the canister site lease. Oh, there is DEQ inspections, everything went really well. They came by and inspected our sites. I gotta tell you guys, got a copy of that, you know. So everything looked really good and they were happy.
That's all the sites.
Yeah, well, it's just the two,
Oh, okay.
Whitehall and Boulder is
Oh.
all they do, cause it's where our, permits are for.
Oh,
We don't have to have permits at Montana City, Clancy, Basin, Jeff City. Just Boulder, because we burn and we bury
oh, okay.
concrete
Yeah.
and tires and all that fun stuff. But yeah, they said it looked really good and they were happy with it. So
That's great.
that's nothing bad to report, all anything good. We did 555 gallons of oil, quite a bit that month. But it was also warm too that month. We're just finally starting to get a little bit of cool weather. Cost us $277.50. On recycling, we did quite a bit of recycling actually. 9.76 tons of cardboard, 2.88 tons of paper, 0.91 tons of aluminum, lots of beer cans. 1.66 tons of tin. We had a pretty big month in that. The only thing I noticed was Whitehall just dropped off for some reason, about 30 tons below normal. I don't know, maybe everybody left for a while.
Or their garbage truck didn't run for a week or something.
Yeah, or something, but yeah, we're down that month in garbage. But it's really dropped off the face of the earth because we're past the holidays. It always is like that in January, February, and then it starts to pick up in March when people start cleaning up their garages. We hauled 10.92 tons of brush and cost us $251.16, most of it out of Montana City. We burned Whitehall, which you guys know that. We're burning Boulder. So that's be done and cleaned up. Our steel revenue was $483.73. We did 8.3 tons of that. We took a couple pallets of batteries in for $511. They're still paying well for the lead. I'm going on steel. I'm gonna try to crush before the end of our fiscal year, so I get that into my budget. So that'll help my
How's the
budget.
prices looking?
Still down.
Are they?
Yeah,
You got a few months yet.
yeah. I'm just waiting to see if it jumps. Cause it's down. It's like $80 a ton. I like to see it back up to 100. We got a pretty good pile of steel on it, both places.
Yeah.
So a lot of heavy steels in there, I noticed. A lot of truck beds and I-beam and stuff like that. Revenue at sites, we did so far for the first half of the year, we've done $14,679 at Whitehall, 11,443. I've never seen it that high in Montana City. We all know why. Boulder has actually been doing pretty good too this year. Well, some of that's false readings too, so I can't really say that because it's also the office and it's steel revenue too is built into that. So I'm gonna have to go through and I asked them to separate it. And so they're gonna start separating office from Boulder.
Okay.
Kim just set up a new account for it. And then Jeff City did 1740, Clancy's done 2344, Basin's done 1,214. We've done a total of $39,321 for the first half.
Would it be easy to break out by month the revenues?
Yeah, I can do that.
So this is,
That's a total for the first 6 months. You wanna do,
6 months.
so you just wanna do
Even if you did another line right under this one, revenue by sites,
monthly?
yeah, last
Okay.
month or whatever.
I can do that.
That would be good just to see kind of how it, not as in-depth as this report, obviously. But
Yeah, we can do that.
just to kind of give us an idea month to month, what they're bringing in.
Sure, we can do that. We can do month to month and then I gotta go through Boulder. Like I said, I made an office line item here a couple days ago. Ken just got it done. So we'll separate the office from Boulder. We've just noticed it lately that it's really jumped with the office. So
What are they buying there? Just the permits or
permits and then all the steel runs through the office.
so the steel does?
Yeah, all the steel revenue runs through. Any steel we do checks, they're depositing and they're showing it up in Boulder. It always has.
Oh, for the revenues, when you get it crushed and everything, the revenue?
No, just that steel revenue, that $483 was added to Boulder,
What?
Boulder's yearly total.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
So I have to go through and separate it all. So anything that's been going through the office and they put the steel revenue from Montana City, they've been putting that on the office.
Okay,
And so.
It should still already be separated by the account, cause each account is different.
Yes,
So there's an account for tires, an account for mattresses.
there is, but what she's done is she's taken any kind of steel revenue, she puts it onto Boulder account. Even though it's separated from all your tires and concrete and everything, cause I see all that too, but it's under Boulder. So I separated and made a whole nother
Right.
category of office.
okay. So if all the steel, whether you take it into Helena or get it crushed, will go through the office?
It goes
instead
through
of-
the office, yeah.
Okay,
It always
instead of by site?
well, it hasn't been gone through by site, it's been only going through Boulder.
Oh, Boulder site, okay.
Yeah,
I
cause we get the
you.
check, then they deposit the check and then it shows up in Boulder.
There's probably no way to separate that out to site, so,
I can in my tickets,
okay.
cause I know what site each ticket goes to.
I don't think it's that big a deal, as long as you gotta, yeah, I don't think we need to know by site.
No, I think it gives a little more accuracy on the Boulder site. It's probably double.
Cause it's not really anything we're getting revenue from at the site, we're getting revenue from it
Yeah.
at the recycle.
At the steel recycler,
Yeah, okay.
Are those checks monthly?
yes.
We can fix that.
Yeah.
We could take them out of the Boulder site if it's just 6,
Well, they're going
Deposit.
to, I'm gonna have them put it in
and then
the
going
office.
backwards to
Yeah.
July.
Oh, you can?
We can do a JV and fix that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fine. Work. And then, we only hauled 246 tons. It's like I said, the first half of the month was just dead. I mean, it's really slow. Then we picked up at the end of the month. In total from us, Tri-County and Julia was 406 tons of garbage. I think we were down,
Down 20 tons from last month.
was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And most of that it looked like Montana City jumped, but the, Whitehall's dropped. And I get a lot of people now who are getting permits and they're going, well, why do we have a permit? And they're out of Montana City and they go, well, I don't wanna have my garbage picked up. I'll save myself $20 a month and I'm gonna go take my garbage. So now I'm gonna probably get an increase. Cause they're,
At the site.
yeah, and then I had to explain to a lot of people, because they go, why am I paying that? And I said, cause that's a convenience can. Everything that goes inside that can, I pay for.
Yep.
So now they're starting to understand, so some people are, they'll save a buck.
Yeah. Yeah, they're paying for that pickup and they don't realize
Yeah.
they're also paying for their garbage service
Yeah.
that we.
I
Yeah,
love
the-
going to the dump, gets me out of the house. gets
Yeah.
me something to do.
Yeah.
I don't need a can at the end of my
Yeah.
driveway, it's a.
Oh, I know.
You get to go shopping while you're there,
That's
all that
right.
free stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got that one going on. That up for grabs. That's probably my worst nightmare.
It's
Oh.
funny, cause we were at an auction and my wife said, I would really like that red wagon. I said, I was just at the dump. There was one in the pile. You should have
Yeah.
told me. one of
Well, we
those."
see them all the time. Yeah, it causes a lot of problems. People fight a lot.
Yeah,
I just had one this week. I had to call, in fact, I have to go today out to Montana City, and have a talk with one of the site attendants, and then Wednesday I'll go have a talk with the other site attendant. Cause there was a big confrontation last week, and I looked at, we have cameras, so that's nice. And I could hear the entire conversation, and I saw everything that happened. The site attendants were good until the very end. And then they just got pushed far enough that they responded in a not a very, very good way. And
Glad you got the cameras there.
I had a talk with the lady, and she agrees that she wasn't in the right, and I suggested if they want to, I can meet them all out there, and you guys can all apologize together.
There you go.
Everybody can calm down. But then, yeah, going back to that, another thing too is, I had, been back into my truck,
No, that's right, yeah.
so.
Who did that? I mean, a bystander, I mean, not one of your.
I was,
It
I
customer
was,
at the coffee shop.
yeah, I was getting coffee and
No.
getting ready to head to Whitehall, and Mr. McFadden,
McFadden.
yeah. Backed into my truck, broke the taillight lens a little bit. After we get done with the recording, I was gonna ask you some questions about
Okay.
the bill.
Yep.
And then budget report, I'm kind of on track where I thought I'd be. I'm probably gonna have a shortfall between 80 to 100, but hoping to pick up a lot of that with my steel crushing. But still, we're gonna be shortfall. We're gonna have to talk about, my fees and stuff soon. And tipping fees are going up. I will see it the end of this month with the bill.
How much more, you know?
I can't remember what it was
I mean, is it
offhand.
quite a bit or? a
No,
little?
it was like. Do you remember?
I don't remember. You gave me like a yearly amount, and it was pretty considerable,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna go up about 20 grand a year,
is that what it was? Something like that, it
Yeah,
seems
so
like.
20 grand more?
20.
more a year, yeah, in costs. But it's like a few dollars a ton. I mean, so it's not a lot of,
Oh.
it looked like a lot, but when you add the whole year, it's like
That's a
20,
pretty good
20
chunk, yeah.
Oh,
I just can't remember the whole, what it was right offhand. I
I
can't,
gotta give credit to Mike for dragging his feet for probably over a year
mm,
for that increase.
3 years.
3
He's
years.
been threatening me that for 3 years. And I've been going, come on,
Yeah.
one more year, you need one more year. Fuel, I mean, it's just cost of fuel, tires, maintenance costs. We haven't had many truck repairs. So knock on wood, we've been running really good with 2 trucks, just few minor repairs here, rock chips, stuff like that. The tires have really, by getting these new tires and changing the styles really helped a lot.
Good.
We've only had a few flats or here and there, and that's it. Compared to what we were getting. We were having like flats every other day,
Mhm.
tire replacements every week. That's all pretty much what I got. You guys already signed everything.
We were gonna talk about petty cash too. Did you guys get that figured out, Ginger?
Yeah, we
For these guys? You got that figured out? Okay.
I'm not sure if I wanna do petty cash for the site attendants. They've been
No.
doing it all along. And I mean, I know, I realize that they're taking and they're splitting all their money, and that's why they hold on to their book. Cause they're using the money out of their book to give for change.
Okay.
But what happens, is they turn their book in, they don't have anything. So then they're having to break money out of their own pocket. And that's the problem that they
Right.
have. And then once a couple of days go by, then they
They
usually
some
have
extra
change.
money.
We're having just a huge increase in our office, so.
The office is okay because you can audit it, right? I
Yeah.
could pop out any day and time and audit it, but.
Yeah.
I mean, that, and I have to audit the treasurer's cash. So you can't go out and audit randomly the site.
Sites.
It's
So
too
what would be
big.
the difference in them having this cash for, what do they keep it, 2 or 3 weeks, or I don't know how long they keep their cash bag?
Well, a couple of them have gotten out there too far and I hammer down on them. But I've gotten to the point where and they try to fight me on it. Every 2 weeks, every pay period, I want their bags turned in.
So they
But
got this lump of cash for 2 weeks. What would it matter if we put in an extra 50 that's always there? I mean, is that a problem with the auditors? So they always have 50 whether
Any
it's,
cash that's out there is a problem.
right,
That's why there's such a certain policy on it right now with the cash that they have. So any more to it is just adding more opportunity.
Right. Yeah,
So,
we're trusting them with cash anyway, I'm just thinking, I mean, there's $50 in their bag all the time. And then they add to it throughout the week or 2 weeks, and then they start with 50 again. I just don't see much difference in
I see what you're saying.
the liability there with an extra $50 versus what they end up with, for the.
And I don't think they'd have to have 50. I think that 20, 25 would be fine if they're all fives.
Yeah, that's something we can talk about. I don't know. We can maybe talk to the auditors and we just gotta watch it, obviously, but.
Yeah, they're supposed to have receipts.
Yes,
And
they
they're
do.
supposed to, so
And
it
they
should
have,
match. It's no different than turning your,
we could have them sign off on a receipt for the $25 too.
Yeah.
That always has to be
at
in
the end
there.
of every day, say, this is what's here.
Yeah, then I can audit it, or you can audit it, or however we wanna do it.
I mean, if that would be a benefit, I don't wanna go through the whole hassle if it's going fine right now and, you know, we don't wanna put a monkey in the wrench.
Yeah, and on safety, our safety training, after the safety training too, everybody's usually there, and there's always an extra half hour sitting there, we can, or 45 minutes, we can do an audit then too. Real quick, on random or
that's a
all
good
of it.
idea.
If they all show up, just have them bring that
They
that
do.
bag in.
Most of
the
them show up unless
receipts
they're
and-
on vacation. We can think about it.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, I don't get the gripes here. You probably get it from your site attendants. So I don't have any money and they're giving me a 20 and I only need 10 or whatever.
I only do when they first turn after they turn their book in. And then they gripe about it a little bit. It's only usually during the summer. Cause people love to come in and well, all I got is a 50.
Right. That'll work. Give it to me.
Yep. And they do it on purpose. Then
Oh, yeah.
what they do, a lot of time, what I told the site attendants to do is, okay, if all they got is a 50, you tell them they can't unload and they go up and break their 50. And then the people get mad, but well,
They don't do it next
sorry.
time.
Yeah.
Next time, don't bring 50.
Yeah.
Bring what you think you're gonna pay
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
load here.
Oh,
If you wanna
yeah.
pay 50, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, it does get sometimes like that, but.
Yeah,
it-
as long as we got, write something up about, yeah, the audit will be at the safety meeting was it monthly? Safety
Yeah,
meetings.
every monthly.
I think if we have it written down, good, then that would make the auditors happy.
Okay,
And yeah, if it's 20, 25 bucks, I mean, it would be signed out to them and, you know, if it disappears, it's gonna have to come from somewhere out of their paycheck.
Yep.
So I think we'd have to have that written into the policy.
okay. Something,
We might talk to the site attendants and see if it's worth it to them.
all right,
Keeping track of that extra $25 or whatever.
some of them might not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a feeling the ones that have been there a while probably have their own little stash of money that they, in their wallet or whatever, that they make a change out of, I don't know.
we had to at the office here just recently because of the second permits, it's
Yeah.
just been insane. Yesterday was a rough day.
Really?
Oh, yeah, phones were but you know, I've only had 2 people mad about second permit, everybody else has been really good. And they just come in, they just, I think I might just get enough revenue to pay for the half the first permits.
Good deal.
So, it's been really good, it's been okay, and haven't been too much problems.
Now the next transition is gonna be at the sites when people don't have their new permit. We're gonna have to start.
Well, they're
Where's your
already,
new permit?
well, they're doing that now, I told them to do that now.
Okay.
But warning them that by the end of February, if you don't have your permit with you, you're gonna pay the dump. Because, but now so that's why we get so many calls.
Yeah.
Yesterday I couldn't even keep up with the phones with Shaylee and I.
Are you getting any that haven't paid for a permit? It's not on their taxes or?
I've had, I think about 4 or 5 yesterday,
Really?
that, then one this morning. Well, I live here in one house, and I check it, and there's only one solid waste, but they have 2 houses on the property. And I had a couple yesterday. Yeah, we catch a lot of that. And so we're cleaning it up. I knew that was gonna happen because there still was a lot of mess.
Yeah,
Just we gave out a whole bunch of permits and just gave them out.
yeah.
And I have a feeling there's about 1,000. I had 5 or 6 yesterday that. I said, what's your old permit number? And look it up in the computer. It's not even there. Not even logged in.
Just a ghost permit.
Yeah. And then we're gonna start getting these people where, oh, I sold my house and I need to get, they moved out of county.
Yeah.
51 plates still.
Mhm.
We get a lot of that. But no, it's going pretty good. Everybody's been pretty good about it. We've got them used to it for 3 years of having permits and they're not fighting it now. Not most of them, only a couple.
Yeah,
So
yep, you trained everybody well, it's going pretty darn good.
you just have to stay on top of it. It's kind of like when Mr. Rollins left Montana City, we were fighting a lot of people about charges because he didn't charge.
Right.
And now everybody's getting pretty good and calmed down and there's not a bunch of fights going on.
It's always a transition.
Yes, there is. So. Anyway, that's all I got.
Your drivers are both up and running?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. I might have to work Tuesday. After the holiday. I'm driving. When Troy has to leave town to go see his mom in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
So, and Gary hasn't decided whether he'll work or not. So watch out for the roads on Tuesday.
Like you said, you're gonna give them till the end of February for these new permits. Make sure they've got them by then, okay?
Yep, that's why we're
I
pushing
got a
it.
town hall meeting next week in Whitehall.
Yeah, if they don't have a permit by the end of February, we're just gonna, if you come in without your permit, it's charge accordingly to the
Okay.
garbage.
That works pretty good for a transition.
Yeah, I'm giving people a few months, so. Anyways.
Really good. Well, thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Doing a great job. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Everything's going pretty good.
We'll end the meeting here.